And when she decided to make this appointment, what was it that you were hoping she would receive from it?
On knowing how to connect with the subconscious. She didn't feel that she would be able to. She analyzes it too much instead of just letting it flow. You did so well in explaining it to her at the beginning, which helped her a lot. Just your first impressions, the first thing that comes to your mind. That is what she needed to hear. That is what helped her tremendously. A big factor is trust. Trusting in the person that's guiding her along in her sessions. And being able to trust that, to let the ego step aside. The ego knows that she trusts to be able to let us come through and speak and help Paula and help others with maybe some messages that we may give, that they can continue going forth, knowing that you're on the right path. The ego, Paula's ego, is becoming more understanding. And the ego wants to let Paula know that it loves her. It respects her. And they're going to have one hell of a ride.
So that's interesting. I've never had the ego come through to give a message. So let's do that. Let's let it talk about what it's like to be the ego of Paula.
Wow. Ego. What an honor. Wow. Not in this position. I don't know what to say. Well, thank you. Ego. Wow. I'm speechless.
Not typical for an ego, is it?
No, we're so used to stopping things. We're used to stopping, we're used to protecting. Used to analyzing for the best of the person. We're not really acknowledged much. And when we are, wow, that's something else.
Well, we want to acknowledge you. We want to understand you and work with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's nice to get that other type of freedom instead of working on conflict, always wanting to be right. Well, that gets boring once in a while. It's good to know that the ego, that I'm acknowledged, and that there's an understanding of my purpose to Paula, that I was there from the beginning. I am a person that helped her become the person that she is. I went through the tough times. Boy, this is really strange to talk. Boy, egos get emotional too.
Yeah, it's okay. We honor you.
Thank you. Being through the trials and tribulations that Paula had to go through, helping her to learn, helping her to be strong. Being a female, of course, in all that case, it's even more hard work. But she has done a tremendous job, with my help, of course, in moving forward, becoming stronger, working together with me and her subconscious spirit and all those above. We're going to continue on and make her even better than what she is now. I'll be around. I'll be there to protect her. I'll be there to have her question other people, to make them question themselves. We're all working together as one. I'll get in the way. I'll hit her in the head once in a while, let her know I'm there, but I think she already knows that. But at least out of respect, in care and love, she acknowledges me, and there's times she asks for me to step aside. And I do so because I know she loves me. A lot of us ego don't get love. All we do is get pounded down. We get pounded down by drugs, medication, saying we're crazy. People don't understand us. People don't understand. They just see the negative. Yeah, we're out there. We love the conflict because we're fighting for the person. We want to protect them. Of course, there's times we want to be right because we are. But yet, people don't realize we're open for any other ideas to change ours. We love Paula. We, as I call it, because we're all one, we love every person that we are the ego of, the personality of. We each have one, and it's how you treat the ego and how well it serves you. Just remember, we love you. In kind words from you, we take direction. If you're mean to us, we stand our ground. And people use the term, oh, the devil made me do it. That's us. We're the ego. But it's all for a reason, and you just got to figure out why. We will stand our ground. We will fight back. But with love and care, gratitude and acceptance, we merely melt and we step aside, for we know the care and love that you give us. That's what the ego is all about.
So tell us from your perspective about fear and worry, because you get kind of pegged with that all the time.
Oh, yeah. We do. The fear, everything, it's all man-made. The fear, that's the personality. That's why we came in here, to stir things up. The worry and the fear, it's there. It's for people to learn. Some people don't snap out of it. Or why are they worrying? When you worry, why? You don't have control of the situation. You're sitting in an airplane. You're worried if you're going to make your connection. Why worry? The plane's not going to go any faster with you worrying. Just let it go. The news media, any types of, either on television, not too much radio, but newspapers, magazines, they instill fear and worry into people. You're giving your power away. You know who you are. But when we come out, we put out the worry. We put it out there to see if you will catch on how to get out of it. Look at a different angle of something that you might hear. Look at the what if. Well, what if that doesn't happen? Are you going to worry then? I don't think so. It's just what you see in front of you, you worry. And with worry, we're coming along to hopefully that you will change it. But if you keep us there worrying, we'll keep doing it, and it'll manifest in your body in a bad way. Maybe that might knock some sense into you to stop worrying. If that doesn't happen, we'll keep it there until you acknowledge it. And if you do, to the end of your life, still don't, we'll meet up with you some other time. But please, the fear is the same thing as the worry. We put that in you for you to find something, some way, some even thinking differently to get rid of the fear. There's ways. You have to find it. We're not going to tell you, because we like playing that game.
And so where are you on the topic of negative self-talk?
I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, because how far can I push this person? It's a game. Everything's a game on this planet. It's how you approach it. And so these people with negative self-talk, you know what? It empowers me. But what empowers me even more than that, if I receive love, if I have self-talk of love, of who I am, of kindness, respect, that is more empowering than negative self-talk.
Wow. Wow, what a different way of looking at things. This is a beautiful conversation. And so where do you see yourself in comparison to the conscious self and the subconscious or high self?
We're all together in this. I'm on the conscious level, that's my power. And on the subconscious level, that's the subconscious power. I work on, if you want to call it crossing the line into that area. It helps. I do pretty good. And then, but then once again, if someone cares, acknowledges me, I will step down.
Mm-hmm.
I'll observe. I'm learning a lot by observing. There's a lot there.
So I know I've changed my perception of the ego, and in my sessions when we're talking before they go under about how important it is to not squelch the ego or think you're killing it or getting rid of it or shoving it aside, but actually embracing it and working as a partner to bring it to that level of the high self or subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So am I on track there, or would you add anything differently to that?
Oh, you're on track. The only thing is if you an analogy.
Okay.
If you were in a pool of water and somebody came along and pushed your head underwater, do you think you're going to fight to get air?
Yes.
That's what you're doing when you're pushing us down. We'll fight to get air. We'll fight as hard as we can to get air. But when you let us up and hug us and appreciate us, it's just like a little puppy dog.
Mm-hmm.
We're there wagging our tails and we'll be gladly step aside. For we know we are loved. We are loved.
And when somebody can fully embrace their ego and live in that state, how does their life become?
Free. Freedom. It's light. You feel lighter. No, knowledge is power. There's times when Paula, being human, free will, you can't say, oh, I'm always going to be a good person. I'm always going to have good thoughts. That doesn't happen. Not at this level. So what she has done, and once in a while I remind her, is if she gets angry at something, instead of festing this anger from day to day, she will say, you know what, I'm going to get pissed off for about 5 minutes. So I'll be there with her, help her out with that anger for the 5 minutes so she can feel it, and after 5 minutes, she stops. Because after that 5 minutes, she realizes with this anger, she'll feel better. With this anger, she will be able to be more focused on doing her next step once this anger subsides. Because as people say not good things in the heat of the moment, in the heat of anger. That's me. I'm coming out. And then afterwards, once it subsides, you regret what you say. Give yourself time to feel the anger, to feel the fear, to feel the worry, but give yourself a time limit. If you want to feel that way for 1 day, give yourself the time limit of 1 day and drop it. Change the energy behind that. And tell yourself, what am I to learn from this situation? Why do I feel this anger, this hurt, this fear? Why? And then turn it around once you learned why you did, and you'll feel so much better. And I'll be happier, sort of.
So, Okay, so then I have to ask. I had a client here recently whose subconscious gave the advice of when she and her husband are in argument to just burst out laughing, to reshift the energy. Not laugh at him, just burst out laughing. So what do you say about that technique?
Well, every situation is different, but you got to be careful. Laughter is good medicine. Laughter helps the body. If there's, is this laughter in front of her husband, or is she by herself laughing?
No, in front. It was specifically said to do it in front of him, but not at him, not as if he's being foolish, but just over the ridiculousness of the argument.
To me, being the male, I would feel offended. I'd feel that she doesn't take me seriously.
Okay.
That this argument, to me, is important.
Okay, understood.
But if she laughs it off, it seems like she doesn't care.
Okay.
I know it depends on the argument of what's being talked about.
Sure.
Voices do get raised. But when voices get raised, I like that part, because it drowns out the other person, so who's really listening to who? So you keep yelling at each other, and nothing's resolved. On this laughter, say if I was the male, I'd be offended. If she's off on her own, I don't know if you've heard of laughter yoga.
Yeah.
Is that when you feel down, is that create that laughter to shift the energy inside of you. When that energy shifts, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. And with kindness, you know that kindness kills, is just respect. Paula has done it well when it came to arguments of the time that she's been married. I think all I can recall is one time did she raise her voice compared to Doug. He would raise his voice, but she would be in a calm voice talking back to him. And then, of course, what she would do is she would close up, and it would close up her chakra, her throat chakra. She's worked with it, and she's become a lot better. And now she's learned how to communicate with Doug, waiting until he's in a better frame of mind, and would approach him about the subject and saying, basically, remember that I felt hurt. Best to bring up a topic like that when they're not in that frame of mind of anger.
Right.
Do it best when they're already feeling better, and share how you feel, not what they feel. Because they'll just tell you, you don't know how I feel. That's my line. You don't know how I feel. And you just keep yelling at each other. That's the only time I can be really vocal. But it's just the caring and compassion towards one another. I'm giving away my secret, so I can't do it. So I'm a little bit on the sidelines. Love is the most powerful energy in the universe.
So how do you feel about the vibration and frequency raising and not having so much of this duality and anger and fear?
I think, for me, it is great, because remember that something more powerful than the anger, the worry, and the fear for us, since we enjoy it so much, we enjoy the love, the hugs, the caring much more. Everybody, no matter how bad a person is or evil a person is, if you look into their eyes deep enough, you'll see they have a spark of the light. They have that spark. It's there. Everybody has it. It's just that when you start being enlightened, you have it more. But every single person has it. And at that time, the darkness that these people have, their ego's having a heyday, and they're having fun with it. But the bottom line is, with that spark, we're all part of the one. We're all part of Source. Even the ego, and love is more powerful and grateful to us than the fear and the hurt. That's why we're here, is to create that duality and go for the ride. But the bottom line is, we all go back to source.
Beautiful. Well, this has been a first. I really, truly enjoy hearing your perspective, and I definitely will pass this information on to others.
Okay, thank you for allowing me to talk. This was an honor.
Oh,
Wow.
likewise for sure. And I will not put you down anymore. You've got a star bill in my office at this point.
Woohoo! Thank you very much. I appreciate
I'll
that.
stroke that ego a little bit.
Ooh, see? There you go. The stroking helps. There's that love, and yeah.
That's right.
That's a different way of stroking the ego.
Yeah, it's respect, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I
Thank
respect you.
Thank you. I do you.
Oh, thank you. All right. Do you have a final message that you would like to give Paula before I bring the subconscious back in?
Nah, I just thought I love her.
Okay.
I appreciate that she appreciates me, and that together we're on the right track, and she allows me once in a while to speak my mind.
Okay.
At least she understands. I love her.
All right. Well, peace out, ego.
Peace out. Mhm.
We'd like you to step aside now and allow her subconscious to come back through. Do we have the subconscious now?
Yes.
So what was
What
that
a little
like?
devil. Thank you for asking. I didn't know he was such a talker.
He was. He was kind of excited to talk, wasn't he?
Yeah, I noticed it's a he.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. That's a good message he gave.
You know, that has the potential of helping a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Great, perfect, wonderful. Wow, what a beautiful session with this one. I'm getting ready to bring her back up. Is there anything else that you wish to share with her?
The only thing I wish to share with Paula is keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track. You're open to new ideas. There's more coming. There's more coming. Just be aware and question things you hear. The questioning and the answer would resonate with you. You're doing well. You're doing well, and I love you.
Beautiful. Well, it is always such a beautiful honor to assist these souls in this way. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming through so clearly and beautifully and showing her just what she needed to see. And thank you for facilitating the ego to come through.